Okay. A little bit of a late start. This is the Sandpit episode 24. On the mic, I have myself, Tom, Stoba,
Yes, me.
and Abe.
Hello, hello. I am the employed Mexican.
Oh, he's employed. Uh-oh.
Holy shit! Congratulations,
Be
man.
be careful. That's how
hmm
that's
hmm
how Ice knows where you're at.
Well, can't control that. So,
Yeah, I feel that. That's cool, man. I'm glad that you're employed. Do you like
hmm
your job?
yeah, yeah. I just finished the onboarding. I haven't officially started, but I did my internship there while I was going to school, so I kind of know the job already, and I like it. More like it more getting paid, obviously, and it's it's good work, and I feel the company actually appreciates both its employees and the community they serve. So I'm very excited about it.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's good. It can be hard to find the companies like that nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am very fortunate.
I think we all are. That's cool, man. That's very awesome. Um, Tonight, there's a few things I kind of want to chat about. Uh, I think, I think we'll jump into some MMO talk since um a little MMO is going on in the background for some of us. If
Hell yeah, man. I could talk about MMOs for days.
if anybody's listening doesn't know what MMO is, it's massive multiplayer online gaming. Um, I highly doubt anybody doesn't know what that is. So I mean, if I'm mumbling bad today, also sorry. I just woke up. So sorry about that, guys. Um, I'll try to speak well, but if I need to repeat anything, please let me know. Uh, so for me, my first MMO that I played, I think was Ragnarok Online. What about you, Stoba?
Jesus, my first MMO.
Was it
Dude,
Asheron's
this is gonna
Call?
date me. It was Asheron's Call. That shit released in like '99. I want to say. I
Yes,
was a little late to the game. I want to say I got into it in like 2000.
it's not too bad. Um, I think that I feel like MMOs in general haven't really evolved much over the years. Um, some of them I think have gone in a pretty decent way, like Vindictus. If you've ever played that, it's a little different, more action oriented. Uh,
Yeah.
High focus on boss fights, which is always awesome. I
Yeah,
think
yeah. I want to say Vindictus was the original Dark Souls.
that's that's almost fair. I would say, yeah.
It's a stretch. It's a stretch, but like those boss fights, like they were soloable
But
if
yeah,
you could dodge real good.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that it really turned into it, and very cinematic too. Like if you're the guy that carries around a tree, he can basically grapple bosses and like throw them around.
Uh,
Um,
Vindictus was a good looking game.
it is. I think they're doing a redoing of it under Vindictus something. I played it a little bit like a demo. I think I'll have to check it out and or show it to you. Um, but I think the bigger MMOs in my life have always been WoW and Final Fantasy 14. Hey, I don't think you really ever played any besides Aura, right?
So I actually have tried out a lot of MMOs. My first one was Ragnarok Online, obviously.
Mhm.
But my thing is always, it'll be all fun and good, and then I'll hit that spot where it expects you to grind, and it like that just stops being fun for me, because it's like a sudden wall of progression, and it's like You know, it's I don't know. It's just the time investment is too much for me.
I feel that. Um, I think a lot of MMOs have been able to work around that for the most part nowadays, but they back end the grind for weapons and stuff for end game. I think Final Fantasy 14 does well with you're gonna play it and have fun until you're at your end game. Um, but at the end, that's all there is. This is the grind, the repetitiveness, uh, improving on what you already have. And yeah, I feel that at a certain point it turns into this is my hobby on the side. Does that make sense?
And I think
Yeah.
MMO's dead. I think it's an old fucking genre, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last big MMO to come out?
14, I think.
Yeah, and how long ago was that? Like 15 years? 10 years?
Like 9 years. No, maybe
Yeah.
8. Something like that.
Yeah, man. Young gamers ain't got the patience to just sit around and grind mindlessly,
No more poop.
endlessly.
No more poop socking.
No, I mean they still do that, but not for MMORPGs. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think younger gamers that are being targeted have like the attention span to like sit around and grind the same shit endlessly. I think that's like an old man mechanic that we're just used to because we're old as fuck.
I could see that.
Well,
Go for it.
well, I wanna clarify that statement. I think that they are. It's just the type and the circumstance, right? Because you look at something like Minecraft or something where like people can express some creativity or just like explore and such. So I think there are people that still very much enjoy that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's like it's set and setting, right? It's like I don't want to grind to have this number go up, but I would love to like literally like visually see the world change around me because of my
Yeah.
influence or what
I
have
think
you.
I think that's like those are creative games. Those are building games, those
Yeah,
are survival games. It's a different genre. And I
right.
think in spaces where people do still grind, it's usually like in the mobile or gacha genre, like like Honkai or Genshin, where there's like
Yeah.
that pay to win that they're constantly trying to hook you on.
Hmm.
I just think MMOs have evolved from like our old man perspective of like EverQuest and Asheron's Call and World of Warcraft to more like gacha style stuff. Even like Diablo and Path of Exile and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Don't they have like real money mechanics where you just buy shit?
I think Path, real quick. Well, first I'll say Abe definitely would have been a Second Life person. I think if he went into it.
That's cold, man. You can't say that. Only freaks play
No,
that game.
Man,
no,
but that's what it's all about. Is like you change the world around you. It's just
no. I'm not saying that that's what I'm into
oh, okay,
necessarily.
I
I'm
see.
just saying that that's the what I see in others because no, I was exposed to Second Life early in my internet usage.
Oh
Well,
no.
because there was a cute girl that was on there, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw her boobies at some point. But yeah,
Oh,
she
nice.
was like really into it because she was, I guess, making some side money selling virtual clothes on there or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that was not for me.
yeah.
Hey, side note, I had a friend who was like, when they were running like, it might have even been an alpha version of Second Life. The devs were holding like a meeting for like community members to come in,
Yes.
and the devs actually taught like a workshop of how to like use their in-game tools to like build shit and textures and stuff. And I actually sat in and watched him like sit at his computer and like actually attend this like dev school like classroom experience where everyone
Hmm.
was like gathered around the devs learning. It was like super early on in the Second Life. It was super fun to watch.
Yeah, but see, that's good though because obviously at the time it was sort of a just the idea of this type of game was kind of new, and even the tools I'm sure that they learned on there were somewhat you could
Oh,
transfer them, maybe not exactly the same, but like it's like you learn how to code in a specific game or style, then you could probably learn how to, do
oh,
it
dude,
for whatever
it
real applications.
it was incredibly novel. I think if you're coming at games from a modern perspective, you don't know how wild it was. The idea of being able to like modify and alter the world you're in,
Hmm.
like to
Hmm.
add and subtract geometry, to put your own stuff in a game was so novel and new. It was crazy. Like when Minecraft came out and you could like do that shit with blocks, people loved that shit. And Second Life was years ahead of that. It was
Yeah,
truly crazy shit.
yeah.
Yeah. And also with Second Life, since we're talking a little bit about that, I know that there like people have, like Gabe said, made legit lots of money. Like there's a guy on there that I watched a video about where he has made his living of just he goes and makes houses in there and then he sells off the house in Second Life, and that's how he's
Yeah.
lives his life and supports his family, and he's apparently very rich from it. Um, it's it's a different like you said, still it's a different genre. But still it's
Mhm.
still an MMO. Just
Yeah, totally.
I don't know how to phrase it. Um,
So here's the thing with the idea of modern MMOs or what have you. So what I see is that sort of the industry, the video game industry, all the developers, big and medium, I would say, instead of making more MMOs because they, I think, figured out, well, we can't have another WoW the same way or whatever. So they just took the monetary aspects of that and created the idea of what they call live service games.
mhm,
Like Stobo mentioned, the gotcha games. And that's sort of
Yeah.
the mobile version of these quote unquote live service games. That what's a live service game? Well, it's a game. Supposed to be a standalone game, but the idea is it's constantly getting you content and whatever, and you're constantly drip feeding your money into it or what
mhm.
have you, so long as it remains popular enough to keep the servers up. And so that's sort of it's a micro, like it got what it needed from MMOs, which is the monetary side of things. And
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's the MMOs. Everybody, how to put it? Okay, back in the day, MMOs, it was WoW or it was nothing, more or less. Once WoW hit, um, WoW changed a lot of stuff. The ability to go around the world and not have any load screens about like 90% of the time. Um, open PvP, all that weird shit, whatever. It it changed a lot, and then, like you said, people took from it, uh, and turned out a lot of, I would say, corporate MMOs that were doing exactly that. Just trying to make that money until it's not worth it anymore. Um, it feels like for a lot of MMOs, it's the creativity wasn't isn't there that what used to be there because it was such a open field to do whatever you want, and now it's you follow certain rules or certain type of things to ensure you're making money. um, I feel like Final Fantasy 14 is amazing with its content and everything, but it also has that gotcha setup of you want this uh, like awesome looking thing, give me money, overpriced money. Um,
Yeah. Like any game now is gonna have like a shop where you can
Hmm.
like spend money to get cosmetics. Like that's industry standard these days.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say with Path. I believe Path has been very strong about um, you don't spend money for improvements. It's only cosmetics. Um, but I mean, even then, still,
I
it
think there's also been a huge generational shift in like how people play games. Because
mhm,
when we were young, like games were finished products, they shipped, they were plastic cartridges or discs. They were never updated. You got what you got. You play through it, whether it's like a 20-hour game or a 60-hour game or a 200-hour game, like, a Final Fantasy or something. You'd play through it, you'd be done. You'd have to buy the next game. Live service games have taken over so much to the point where, like, there is a whole generation of gamers coming up that they're still playing the first game they ever played. Like, they were introduced to Minecraft when they were 6,
yeah,
and they've been playing it for the last 10 years. And they're not interested in new games. They just want to play more Minecraft or Fortnite or whatever that game was. And that's a whole generation. And these are turning into young adults. You got 20-year-olds who have only played Minecraft and it's all they want to play.
you know, I never thought about that. And you're 100% right. It's something similar I thought about at work today was kind of around that line of I'm working with a lot of 20s and 30s, um, young adults, and yeah, I don't mean that. I do mean that. Anyways, young adults that are still doing what they first did. Um, maybe it's because of I feel like when there's too much to do, it's easy to just stay with what you're doing compared to when we were coming up. The
Yeah,
new things came out and it was like, okay, is this better than what was? Because there was such leaps and bounds with certain games, and now there is a wall that people
that's true.
just
Yeah.
aren't going past or can't physically buy a PC or whatever that can run it, and so it turns more into uh, you're limited to a certain game, and then you turn that game into the only genre that you play.
Yeah.
While for us, or for me at least, um, I was able to try out almost all of the genres, and because it's just things coming out.
Yeah, man. I think it's a generational difference. Like when we were
Hmm.
coming up, like I remember playing the NES and like how shitty those games were. And then the SNES came out, right? And the Genesis, and you're like, the graphics are so much better. The sound is so much cooler. They can do so much more. There was this imperative to like jump on the new shit and want the new shit because it's so much cooler. And then like the jump to 3D and higher resolutions and better frame rates, like games constantly got cooler, and you were chasing the new hotness. And that's kind of slowed down in like the last 10, 20 years. Like games have been pretty steady at like looking good in 3D environments with like good textures and good
Hmm.
resolutions. And I think people are kind of gravitating more to just their comfort picks.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
People aren't chasing that new hotness. They just want like that comfortable thing they know that they've always known. Like all their friends play this one game. Why would they ever try anything new?
yeah. I agree. The land is saturated now, and so now we have our pick.
Yeah.
Well, you end up sort of like when you have a streaming service and it's like, oh, look at all these movies I haven't watched. What am I gonna watch? I'm gonna just rewatch The Office. I'm gonna
Hmm.
just rewatch Seinfeld or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Why
Um,
why spend the cognitive load on like something new? Like the
right,
world is
and
full of stress. Just pick the comfort pick, man. It's safe.
right, right. And again, I mean, that goes for a majority of people. And, that's fair enough. I mean, it's their free time, their money, let them play what they enjoy, right? I would say the difference too, though, is now with the advent of digital games, especially with Steam and all that, the market has opened up a lot if you're one of the few, the smaller percentage of people that play video games willing to
Hmm.
explore it, right? Because now you don't need the latest graphics. Maybe you just want a cute little game that does something different, or you want some mindfuck like Inscription or what have you, or
Yeah.
you want a retro game even, like you miss the days that
Hmm.
16-bit look, so you get yourself something new that feels old, right? So and what the best part is, these are the games that are not top dollar, and they are also more accessible in terms of, well, I don't need the latest in hardware. I could have a 10-year PC and still play a lot of stuff that is interesting on Steam, So it varies. But the inverse of this, right? The industry, besides live service games, right? You have another, I think, big chunk is those that do Call of Duty or sports games, and that's sort of all they do,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
Oh God, yeah.
And then
Activision.
so now you have this dynamic of, well, not only are these games live service because they have their weird like pack mechanics where there's a mode and you get collect different cards and those represent your players and you play this mode online with other people, or you get all these cosmetics, but there's a game out every year. There's a instead of
Hmm.
doing an update where, okay, well, you bought the game, let's update the rosters, the players. No, they released an entirely new game full of different bugs that doesn't really change much, and so that's another 60, what now, $70 a year on top of, like,
Yeah.
well, get yourself your points to skip through the grind, or get yourself some these nice weapon skins, and it's so you've gone from being able to buy a shooter once every few years or whatever in a series, paying $50 or whatever it was, to like now you're paying 70, 80 every year on top
Yeah.
of whatever amount of nice customizations. And let's be fair, when you're playing these games and you get owned and this guy has these awesome things you're looking at, it's like, well, shit, I want that too, right? So it's the mainstream game industry is very predatory, and
Yes.
so that's sort of really, again, it's like they've taken the bits that suck about everything and sort of thrown it all together
I
and
think the
put.
most parasitic part of the MMO monetization scheme, I don't think it was ever really about the game. I think it was about the friends you built and
Hmm.
your the friendships and the circles you built around the game, Like Call of Duty, how many people love Call of Duty for what it is? Like a huge chunk, I'm sure. But I bet a lot of people just have friends that play this game. And it's like, to keep up with them, you got to buy the expansion pack or the new game every year just to like hang out and do something meaningful with your friends. Like I played World of Warcraft for like a decade. And would I have done that without like friends that were actively like playing with me and hyped up about the same shit I was hyped up about? Probably not.
You know
I
that.
probably wouldn't have played WoW for like over a year if I didn't have like a huge circle of friends that were into the same shit I was into.
I,
And I think game companies have like monetized or like our social connections.
Yeah, yeah.
yes, yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Thinking back, like back in the day when before Xbox, or I guess when Xbox came out, and Xbox, whatever. Um, I never played Halo, and I wasn't interested in Halo. I didn't think Halo looked good as another shooter, another Unreal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, but I ended up playing it a lot because my roommates at the time played it, and convinced me to play it with him more or less. Um, and it turned out being great, really fun. And then the second one came out, and it was the same. And then the third came out, it was the same. Um, and with MMOs, I I I think about it a lot more now than I did when I was playing MMOs more actively. Um, basically, the what you just said. If I'm playing this for myself, it makes no sense. It's a game that is built for you to play with a group of people, or at least somebody. Um, you are always forced to pair up with people and hopefully make connections so that you keep playing the game. So I think that you're 100% right with um, that it's monetizing the connections that you make with people.
Yeah, human connection, man.
You know, I think maybe that's part of why I never stuck to an MMO for so long, because I always just brought my connections. I
Mm-hmm.
always brought my friends, or they brought me into it, and it's like I never really bothered talking to like strangers on them or whatever, because I had a lot of online connection already. And
Yeah,
so it was for me it's like, well, I could talk to these people on AIM or MSN back when those things were around, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And uh I figured this out too. I figured out that the real end game of any MMO isn't like the end game content when you're grinding for like your top gear or what have you. It's when you log in and just to use the chat function to like
Mm-hmm.
talk to people that you know on there. That's the true end game of any MMO.
yeah, man. The real epic loot is the friends you make along the way.
Exactly.
And that's not bullshit, you man. I've gone to 2 weddings of friends I made in World of Warcraft.
It's
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't regret my time I spent in World of Warcraft at all. I have made some of the best friends of my life
It's
Yeah.
how
playing MMOs.
it's how I met you. Um, as
How's that
well.
working out for you?
It's working out great. It's really good. I still try to play as many games as I can with Stova. Um, when I can, I'm trying to form more time so I can do that. Uh, because Stova's fun to play with. He's really fun to play with. Um,
You just got to look down when you're falling into water, man.
you just gotta look down. That's all you have to do. Once you told me that too. Like when we did a future one, once I was more established in the guild. You told me that. Ever since then, I always did it. Just in case somebody else did water walk on me.
Absolutely, man. Death Knight can kill a whole party.
It sure did once. One time you forgot to look down. Um,
One time I paid a Death Knight to kill the entire party in Trial of the Crusader. I said I'd give him 5 gold for every person that died.
oh man,
It was
that's
good fun.
that's
We all got a good laugh out of it.
yeah.
Good for morale.
And that's why you were the morale officer in Final Fantasy 14 for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it really kept spirits high.
You
Worked hard
did.
at that job.
You did really good. Um, and that's something too. Like with raiding in Final Fantasy, um, we met a lot of people, made some good friends, uh, made some people hate the shit out of me. Um, but at the end of the day, what I always said was true whenever we were having a rough time with raiding, and that is I'm just happy to be raiding with my friends. Um, even if there's like two or three people in there that did not consider me for a friend, I just
It was the same for me, man. I was never there for the loot. I was there to hang out with people I loved.
yeah, man, they were.
Look,
And you were among them, Tom.
I appreciate it. Uh, those people
look, that
go
that
for
that goes for any online situation. Like, you know, the chat room where we met, like
it.
I
Hmm.
considered a number of those people friends. Some definitely were not, but they were around and you know, it was fun it was fun causing them to dislike me or whatever. You know, it's all part of the group dynamic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, we definitely had some people in there that were just there for the loot. Uh, we were a good static, man. We were a good raid group. But that's just the strong backing we had. But yeah, I think we are definitely thinking the same stuff. The three of us with this. At the monetization of the connections that you make is new to me, though. It makes so much sense. And with what Abe said, I think it's right with you know, it's their time, it's their money. Uh, we shouldn't bash what they're doing. They're they're doing what they want to. Um, some people like in MMOs, they guild hop just to try to find that right group.
Yeah,
Some people solo it as much as they can, but they still end up making connections with other people throughout the realm. Um,
those games are huge, man. Some
mhm.
people play them for cosmetics. Some people play them for loot and damage meters. Some people play them just to make friends. Other people play them just to like kill time and explore the systems. Like some people legitimately play MMOs as like single player games where they're just
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna level up every class and have one of everything.
I
They're
I
incredibly huge games.
I know a guy that is 100% like that. It's his single player multiplayer game. Um, it's
But for me, man, it was about making friends. You know,
mhm.
I was something of an outcast coming up as a teenager, and MMOs are like where I found my kindred spirits. The other weirdos and awkward nerds. And I was like, you know what? I'm not so weird. There's way worse people out here than me. And it was really fun, man. I found my people. I found my tribe in World of Warcraft and Asheron's Call.
Man, that's there are weirder people out here. It's true. Um, even
Yeah, if anyone out there is listening and feels socially awkward or like an outcast, try an MMO. You're not nearly as bad as you think, I promise you.
yeah, I agree. I would suggest Final Fantasy 14. It's it's very good in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think Final Fantasy 14 probably has the best community
Hmm.
of any MMO I've played. It's like the least toxic. Very helpful, very friendly people.
Yes, very surprisingly helpful. It's good. Um, I think it's also one of the MMOs that has more females playing than most MMOs.
Yeah, they got really great cosmetics too.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you're right, man. I think nowadays if you're and you have to go into it being willing to chat and being able to chat, in my opinion. I think back about so many people that were snubbed out of content because they couldn't chat, whether that be whether that be through text or voice. I'll say text
Mm.
because there's those people that like myself that played Final Fantasy 14 on a PS3 or PS4,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
now PS5. That it took a minute to fucking sit there and say hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Um,
You gotta keep buying some emojis, dude.
mhm.
Wave, hi, sorry.
um, Being willing to have a voice, go into Discord, it's so much easier now. Back in the day, we had to use Ventrilo. Um,
Somebody had to
Oh
host
god.
that, pay for the server.
mhm.
Or
Yeah.
TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skype.
If you were, fuck man, I remember like raid groups would be strictly, this is the one we use because we have a server. We're not gonna fucking go switch to TeamSpeak, switch to Ventrilo or Skype or whatever.
Yeah, man. Or
Uh,
Yeah.
ecosystem.
yeah. Um, Now it's so much accessible. Discord, I remember when we swapped to Discord, it was in beta or something like that, and we were just so not sure it was gonna work, but it worked out so well.
Yeah. I
But
remember I was an early Discord adopter, and I was like, this shit is so much better than Ventrilo, guys.
yeah,
There's a graphics user interface. You don't have to like if you want to link something, you don't have to like post it as a comment and have other people copy and paste it into a browser. You could just click links or embed videos. And it's like once you could convince someone to download it and try it, it'd be like, oh yeah, immediately this is way better. Also free.
hmm which I know a lot of MMOs do voice chat kind of on the side. You can kind of do it, but I'm surprised none of them actually invested in having an actual voice chat like similar
Yeah.
to this, just being part of the chat functionality. Um, I think they
I'm
eat.
amazed Discord is still free for
Oh God,
how
yeah,
good and reliable it is. Like I'm waiting for them to like get a user base large enough where they finally just start charging people, $2.99 a
Uh,
month.
I think their user base is large enough, and they have enough options for like whatever premium paid,
hmm
the Nitro and all that, where they know that if they were to like charge a base whatever, that they'll lose a lot of what they've been able to gain, right?
Still, they
So
man,
I
really don't know how many competitors are out there for Discord. It has such a huge user base.
right, but I mean, we've seen giant platforms online fall because of whatever misstep, and someone was there to take over right away, right? So
We'll see,
yeah.
man. I'm predicting Discord monetizes basic like voice by 2028.
2028. That's nearby, man. Two
That's two
years.
years, yeah, yeah.
I could.
Like if Netflix can raise their price like $1 every year, we're gonna get there with Discord, I'm sure.
I mean, that's the thing too. Is like inflation. At some point, it they could easily. Um, but yeah.
well, here's the thing.
Mhm.
I mean, with technology though, like have server costs gone up or down? Because as technology advances, I would imagine that the availability, right, and all that. I mean, it used to be that you needed a whole farm to host a certain amount of data, and now that you could fit it all on like a few disk drives or whatever. So and with the
Yeah,
whole AI,
cloud
like,
infinite.
yeah. Yeah, so it's I don't know. I just know whatever they're doing, their business model is working for them, and their users are happy, right? So
Yeah, they
that
might
that
just
usually.
be on Nitro trying to make that like more and more appealing. I
Mhm.
don't know, man. I'm not a businessman. I'm just jaded.
Look, they had Danny DeVito doing a commercial for them, not knowing what the hell Discord is. Money,
What
like
the fuck?
they're
Danny
doing
DeVito
okay.
did a Discord commercial?
Yes, yes, he did.
I'll
I
have
didn't
to look
know
that
that.
one
Yeah, I
up.
have to look that up.
I thought
Um,
he was just doing
Yeah,
Always Sunny. I thought he was cashing those checks and living large.
I'm pretty sure he did a Discord.
um,
I know he did a World of Warcraft ad.
oh, yeah, yeah. I think I saw that. I know he did. God, I forgot what it's
Yeah, no,
called.
it's called Discord Danny DeVito, or Discord the movie Danny DeVito something something. But yeah, in 2021 he did a short film and ad campaign for Discord
Oh wow, yeah, I have to check that out.
Wow.
with Aquafina.
Oh damn.
Uh-huh.
Sponsored by Aquafina. Um, yeah.
The person, not the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't know who that person is. I have to, I have to look it up.
You've never heard of?
Actress.
No, no idea. I'm
Wow.
terrible with names though, so
Oh yeah, you could never spell that. I'm sorry. That was insensitive.
I think that is insensitive for you to say can't you can't even spell that.
It's AWKWAFINA.
No, I can't spell that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's just move on.
It's fucking rough still though. It's like pointing out. It's like, oh, you got a hump on your back, why don't you?
I say it from a place of love.
We could put a hat on that hump. Come here. That's
Oh man.
oh, fucking rough. Um, but yes, as Stoba said, if you're outcast and you're listening out there, there's a good chance there's an MMO for you. You really have to be willing to talk in some way. Like I remember Non and what was that healer's name that didn't talk either?
It's more than one, man. Like there's so many awkward people out there playing MMOs. I always felt awkward and shy
Hmm.
until I started playing MMOs and realized that I was kind of outgoing by like some MMO standards.
Yes, yeah.
Like your people are out there. You got to find them. I promise they are.
I think that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I feel like I can't go back to MMOs as much is I don't want to I I don't want to meet new people. Online at least, I know where I lie with my time and stuff, things of that nature right now. Um, like even with Final Fantasy 14, I went back and played it a bit, and I was really into it. I still am to a degree, but I know that I have to make new connections, and I really don't want to fucking do that.
Hey man, if you're not growing, you're dying. You got to do it.
That's
Well,
fucking rough.
I will say this. I was pretty awkward myself growing up. Didn't feel I connected with those around me, and online definitely helped. And I've met some wonderful people still in my life. But I will say, once I started to like get some confidence and be a little more talkative, get to know, like those skills transferred into real life real easy. And I learned that the key is just to be confident in yourself.
Hmm.
You know, like hey, if someone thinks you're a weirdo, they're not for you. F it. Some people like
You're into that.
yeah. So you'll find someone into you. And the worst thing a person can be is unsure of themselves. I've seen a lot of decent people get sort of snubbed or be like, oh, I'm not interested in that person or what have you, just for the confidence level, So it does count, it does help.
It really does. Stobo, you said something during that. I didn't hear what you said.
I don't remember
This
anything that's happened for the past five
motherfucker.
minutes.
This son of a
What
bitch.
could I have possibly said? I'm pretty sure I said, I agree with that.
Okay, there we go. I couldn't hear you at all. I just heard like a noise that sounded like you. Uh,
Oh, I make affirmation noises when I'm
mm,
actively listening, so that you
Hmm.
you can tell like I'm paying attention. That's
Right,
a that's
right.
a social skill you develop, if you
Yeah,
talk to people enough.
it's true.
yeah.
I think you're right, Abe. Having that confidence in yourself, not being unsure of yourself, eh, MMOs really can help with that. Um, and also with MMOs, it makes it super easy to go, you know what, this group is not for me. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Um, I think with my free company, uh, back in the day with Final Fantasy, we ran into a lot of that, filtering through people.
Mm.
And I think with me, it is hard for me to let go of people only because I'm so easy to kind of meld into what that person wants, I guess. So I would make a
And
good.
how did I get into your guild,
I saw
your
that you
free
were.
company?
I thought I saw. So the free company, yeah, it originally wasn't even my free company. It was Dues, um, or Java's. I think it was
Oh,
Dues. I think Dues the one that made it.
that
Uh,
would make sense.
and mostly because like he had the money, or like he's the one that whatever at the point of time. I think it went to Java.
Stu was good at video games.
Yeah,
He would probably level up and have the most money of anybody.
yeah. Um, and then it went to Java once they quit. They weren't interested anymore. Uh, and then Java, I think she quit or took a break or whatever, and was trying to give it to somebody. And I remember saying I'd do it. And she was very hesitant about it because her knowledge of me had to do with, back in the day of tricks and trade and being a shitty person. Um, no, yeah, being a shitty person. I was shitty back then.
Putting buffs on people to fuck with them doesn't make you a shitty person, Tom. I'm with you.
I think I was a shit. I think that there's certain. I think I at certain times I was very shitty, depending on the situation. Um, like I remember Do and Uru just outright leaving the raid because of what I did. And then we were like, okay, well, we can still do this.
Tom, you were not a rogue agent, okay? You were acting under the imperative of others in the guild, okay? I'm sure other people were cheering you on behind the scenes, whispering you like, "Do it, do it. I love it. Keep it going."
They were, surprisingly, there were a few that did, but it was very few. Very, very few.
It was Kia and Sean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yep. Yeah. 100,000%. Uh, it's funny that it was Kia too because he had to deal with the aftermath. But
Absolutely.
for the longest time, not supported it, but
No,
thought
Kia
it was funny.
100% lived for shit stirring,
Hmm.
and he would act through other people to keep his hands clean.
Yeah, yeah. I still to this day always think about um when one of the raids when they left where Chris, no, Kia, I think may have pulled. It was either Chris or Kia pulled an extra mob group.
Yeah.
It spread us out. We just recovered, but while that was happening, Sean, Kia, myself, I want to say Chris, were all in the same party because it was broken out into groups of five. I think was it four or five?
Yeah, it was five. Yeah.
Five. I forgot who else was in there. I want to say Sue, um, but groups of
Sue
five.
was probably the most skilled of anybody in that group.
My God, it did so good.
Sue was
I
crazy good.
Yeah. Um, but that extra group got pulled. Sean was bitching about how if him or myself had done that, people would be up in arms, be really shitty and upset. Um, and this was after doing it for the majority of an expansion, I think. So, yeah, people were rightfully, you're wasting my time at this point on certain things, but not always. Kia said, no, there's no way people would be upset. It, accidents happen. It's whatever. I said, I'm going to prove you wrong because I know you're wrong. and I sprinted, tricks of the trade, somebody, tagged a mob, vanished, and just watched people die and people log off.
Oh shit, dude. Mid raid.
Mid raid, it was good. It was right before a hard boss that we were, I think, progressing on.
Impressive.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. Um, but we proved it right. Uh, extra
I
crypto
never
point.
gave a shit. I loved the drama. I I was never there to actually kill shit and get loot. I just wanted to hang out with my friends and make memories.
Hmm.
And honestly, it was probably a great memory. I probably really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think you
We
did.
were also like 20-year-old dudes. So like everybody's giving everybody shit all the fucking time. Like it's just a different environment
Yeah,
when it's a group of like fucking 15 or 20-year-old guys.
it's very true too. Um,
Like I'm
it's
definitely too old. I could never go back and do that shit in my 40s. Like I'm too old for that drama and that bullshit. Like I literally couldn't do the same shit that I loved when I was in my 20s. I have changed as a person too much.
be real, man. Back in the day, I didn't like it. I didn't like the drama that was created because exactly what you said. I was there to play with friends and have fun, and it at first it was fun when told I told Sean about tricks of the trade and how you can kill somebody with it, and it went from there. At first it was fun. Near the end, it for me the overall experience of it, the drama from it was not. I had some friends that really got real upset with me. Um, some that stopped talking to me. Uh, and I get it. I understand their perspective. Um, but near the end, it was something completely different than what it was near the start. Uh, Based off of my standings with the guild and the raid, and me wanting to make sure that I still had friends to play with.
As long as you didn't tricks the trade me, man, we were good.
I think we tricked you once, and we killed the thing like right before it turned. I remember the abomination like turned around and died. Um, and Chris was shitting his pants. But
The
anyway,
worst I remember us bullying someone was we were in Old War, 10-man Old War, and we were doing Thorim. And there was a boss where the off tank had to taunt off the main tank before he got to like 5 stacks of a debuff, or he would get one shot. And Kia was main tank, Chris was off tank. And he just like kept messing up like the taunt window, and we had wiped like 3 or 4 times in a row. And people were giving him shit about like not doing his job taunting good.
hmm.
And we realized he didn't have target of target enabled, so he
Oh God, I
literally like
remember
could
this.
not see the frame. He could not see the debuffs of the main tank. And everybody at the same moment was like, "Oh my fucking god, what are you doing? That's the one thing you have to do." And 20 people gave him so much shit in like a 2-minute window that he literally like pulled his plug out of his wall and nobody knew if he was going to come back.
God, I remember that. I remember that.
Luckily he did come back and he didn't just like quit the guild. But like that's what you get when like a bunch of 20-year-olds get together and like you're jockeying not just for like you're jockeying for dominance almost as much as you are like playing for your own ego. Like people shit on each other and put other people down just to make themselves feel better. And I feel like that's like a normal thing in your 20s.
So yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
justifying your
it's amazing.
existence.
Like I've kept so many of those people as friends. Like I still talk to Chris all the time. He's a great guy. Like
He
one of my
is.
one of my closest friends for sure.
I, that group of friends is one that I wish I kept in touch more with, or had in the past. But I'm so weird with friends. I don't know how to explain it. I'll disappear for like 2 years and reappear.
Yeah, you're a freaky
Mhm.
little gremlin, man. I love you.
Yeah.
Fucking rough. Um, it's something I'm trying to something I'm trying to stop doing with certain people, YouTube being the main ones. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
happy to help you break your pattern, man.
I
You're
I
awesome.
will say
I love
this. I will say this too. It's good to be aware of these patterns, and if you actually want to do anything about it. But like, I feel that when we don't go a while without talking or whatever, I don't feel that you're any less of a friend. If anything, that makes you more of a friend because at any moment it could be like Tom. Oh yeah, I fucking love Tom. I haven't talked to him in 3 years, but I fucking love that guy, and that's valid too.
Dude, the older we
So
get, the more shit we all have to deal with, and I just
yeah.
extend that model out to every like old friend I've had, people I haven't talked to in 10, 15 years. I think like I wonder what they're up to, but I probably assume they're dealing with like a lot of shit that I don't have to worry about.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I should have the confidence to realize that as well. Um, I really fall into a hole of like I don't want to bother them. What I've been doing isn't been much of anything, you know what I mean? Um, I'm
Yeah, that's me too, man. Like I'm terrible at reaching out.
mhm,
Like I'm always afraid I'm gonna be like interrupting someone or bothering them.
that's how I feel.
Like in the age like before like text messages when you had to like call friends and shit, I would never make a phone call because I'd be afraid I'd be it's you're placing a demand on someone's time to respond to you, right?
Yes.
It's like ring 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 goes the phone. I'm going to pull you away from whatever you love doing that you were doing. I'm going to pull you away from family and friends to make a demand of your time. And that shit scared me more than anything. I never wanted to do that.
So
But
go for
reaching
it.
out over text ain't shit, man. You can do that to people you haven't talked to in 20 years. They probably love to hear from you.
Hmm.
That's very true. Um,
Dude, I ran into an old World of Warcraft friend playing what was it? Overwatch. A dude recognized my tag from like BlackRock PvP 20 years ago. It was my old friend Hungry from Trinidad.
oh my
He was
God.
like, "Oh my God, Stoba, holy shit!" And I was like, "Oh my God, Hungry, holy shit, it's you!" I can't believe he fucking remembered my name. That dude had the deepest voice I've ever heard in my life. He was like fucking Barry White. It was crazy. It was so cool seeing him again, even if we only like said hi in
No,
passing.
yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Should have added him, man. Your
I should
blue.
have. No,
Yeah,
why I didn't.
sure didn't.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
If you're out there hungry, man, hit me up.
Ships passing in the night, man. Um, yeah. I think that MMOs appeal to both parties of people that are looking to make friends and people that have enough friends, um, but are looking for something. You know what I mean? Um, because I think about like the oh God, we had a mage. He was awesome. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't necessarily 100% say awesome like player, but he was really good. He was a good player, but he was an awesome person to chat with. Uh, and then he had a friend who swapped classes on us for when the expansion happened, and I told him that we had no room for another healer, but he still assumed we were gonna be be there for him. I
Well,
felt I felt so bad, but
you could only have two healers in one of those raid groups.
yeah,
There was not a lot of wiggle room there.
no, seniority really hit the wall at that
Yeah,
point.
you're not gonna displace an established healer in a group.
No, why would you think that? Um, and the way I handled it was very poorly. I feel at the time I felt bad about it. Nowadays I don't care. He was kind of a dick, anyways. Um, I think the way our bard left when I quit, helped me a lot with, so what? He was a waste anyway. But anyways, we're hitting the hour mark. I think this is the first podcast where we talked about like one thing the entirety of it.
Brother, we talked about lots of shit. We talked about video games, friendships, man relationships.
And it all just sort of interconnects as a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. It's not just one thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Being social outcasts, feeling excluded, finding your people. Like there's a lot of gold in there.
Yeah.
It's
This is more like a free flow conversation that all sort of centers around the one topic, right? It's like, I don't know, this is more like what when we had conversations years ago, it felt more like this. So I really enjoyed it tonight.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. Looking at, I need to have the confidence. That's my main focus from this. Is I need to have that confidence of it. That I'm not wasting you guys' time. I want to ensure that this is something that you guys never dread. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Dude.
no, never dread.
The one maxim of my life that I've always lived by is like my time is my time to spend how I see fit. And I am not gonna waste it doing something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Likewise.
So no, I actually look forward to this every week, man. I love coming here and talking to you too.
I love being here too.
Yeah.
It's great.